So this morning's it's my first time that I'm doing a WhatsApp or a video. Um, um, I don't like to do selfies. I'm not a person that posts photos of myself on social platforms. I'm trying to keep my life as private as possible. But I think it's this morning. This is I had a bit of time this morning to reflect, and this message is it's from a Christian perspective because I am a Christian, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. Um, it's just something that I really need. I need to just share this message with brides to be and with grooms to be. Um, when I show the venue, and it doesn't matter which venue it is, when I'm a wedding coordinator. When I show the venue to customers, I always say to them that the most intimate moment of your wedding day would be the first time you see each other on your wedding day. And it's for me, it's probably from my perspective, it can be different for others, but that was exactly it for me. I have an album here of my husband and my wedding a long time ago, but this was my most intimate moment with David. The first time you see your husband to be and your wife to be on your wedding days, it is a sacred moment. It's almost like you're on holy ground, and you don't even know what's happening. It's almost like this heavenly experience. And then in between, life happens, and I want to in this time where we are facing a lot of difficulties with our own lives in terms of COVID and all of that. I want to just get this message out that, at the end of the day, it is really who you choose and not where you get married or when. Do you know that there's one certainty that we will all face, and that is death. People will die. And last week or 2 weeks ago, I've lost my brother. He's 11 years older than me, and he was like, because my father passed away a bit earlier in my life, and he was an amazing father. But my brother was 11 years older, and he was like a father to me. And he was my brother, but he was my best friend. Besides Dave, I have lots of best friends. I don't have, everyone has got, full a different spot in your heart, and you can't replace it with someone else. But I lost him, and I'm a Christian, and I'm not the best Christian, but I have a faith. My word, I should have worn other makeup, but I'm not used to this. But anyway, but sorry for this sobbing and all of it. But I lost him, and people are so afraid to talk about dying, and people are so afraid to talk about, people want to just talk about the good things in life, and we all want to. I also ask God to let this cup pass, because every morning it's like it's so painful that I think I would drink a cup of coffee, or then I would take a tablet, or I would go and look outside at the beautiful trees that are starting to bloom for spring. But that pain doesn't go away. And the message that I want to give to people that are getting married It is really important. It is more important than the cascading flowers on your wedding day. It is more important than the chocolate fountain or the champagne tower that you're building. That you choose the person that you will also need when someone dies, because someone will die in your family. Someone will die. That's something we will all face. And so I've shown you my first most intimate moment in my life, when I married someone that I discover every day is just more special than I can ever imagine. And the day my brother died, when we drove and we were standing in his garden, I was standing and I was holding Dave. And he was holding me so tight, and I looked at him and I said, he can still wake up. He can still breathe. His heart can still start beating. He can get up. Because God healed people. He made people rise from the dead. He can do that. And I was like, carrying on like that. Sorry. For half an hour, looking in his eyes, and I could just see David's eyes fill up with tears. But all he did was listen to his crazy wife that believed like a child in a miracle. That even though my brother is dead and already in a fridge, that he can get up and live. And that he can breathe again. Because that's all I wanted. And he was just standing there, looking at me with this love. And I could also see that it's painful for him. Patiently listening to me begging God. And then I asked him, so do you believe it can happen? And he said it can, if God wants that. So when you choose a husband, you don't just choose someone that goes on the island with you and have a cocktail. Sorry, I'm sniffing. You choose someone that will stand by you even when you're crazy. Even if you request God to rise, let your brother rise from the dead. You choose someone that will see you break down 5 times a day. And even though if he doesn't know what to say, he will come with a cup of coffee. He wouldn't go to a bar and go have a drink because his wife is going mad. He will just be there. He will never run. He will stand by you. So at the end of the day, the message that I want to give you is that when you choose someone to spend your life with, the muscles will go. When you stand in front of the mirror, you won't always look like a cobra, puffed up. You might go through COVID and in an instant your financial situation will change. But you have to choose someone that will stand by you. Even if you cry. And I know how ugly I am when I cry. Where you will not be emotionally too heavy for that person. The last thing I want to say is that I know that there is a lot of people that have lost. There are a lot of people that have lost so many things in this time. There's been people that have been killed and died. People died. And our pain is our pain, and we all face our pain in a different way. But what I do know is get up, take a shower, get dressed, get outside. Even though you feel like your life must stop, even if you feel like you can't get up, even if you feel like you just don't want to carry on, get up, take a shower. Take it one day at a time. I've learned that when you go through a death of a brother that has got 4 siblings and an amazing child and another amazing child and a wife, that to say to someone, be strong, you have to be strong for someone, that's just nonsense. Because our sorrow and the way we deal and our sympathy and all that, it's like a water wheel. When I'm at the bottom of the water wheel and I need to be filled up, I'm getting filled up. And then I phone my sister, and she's at the top pouring water down, listening to me. Because yesterday she had a moment at the bottom. And tomorrow morning I'm at the top, and my mom is at the bottom, and then I'm pouring water down. So don't be afraid to try to be strong and hide away and run away from people while you're hurting. Because when you're at the bottom, by the grace of God, one of the people will be at the top. And when you're at the top, by the grace of God, someone will be at the bottom. And that is God's timing. Perfect timing. So be there for each other. Share your emotions. Phone your mom. Phone your sister. Phone your brother. Tell them when you're at the bottom. Because they might be there at the top. Or phone when you're down, because then I can be at the top. That's how God takes care of us. Through the people that loves us. When someone dies, it's not time to hide. It's no time to run away. It's no time to not face the emotions. It's no time to be strong for someone else. Because there is God's grace. The water wheel of God's grace. So, today, all I want to say is, really choose who you love. Forget about the puffed up muscles and the big car. Choose someone that will love you even if you're crazy. Second thing is, when you go through that and you feel like lying down all the time and sleep, get up. Take a shower and get dressed. Hold on. And the third thing is, don't try to be strong for someone else. Be there. Just be there. Because by the grace of God, when you're at the bottom of the water wheel, someone else would be at the top. And vice versa. That's my story. I love my family and I love my husband. And the most precious is I love my staff that have popped in and gave me hugs. There's so much love in this world. and there is life after death. So let's get up and take a shower and be there for each other, even if we're sad.